Zeppelin at their notorious Hollywood hangout, the Chateau Marmont. This hotel became the scene of their most legendary debauchery, including the infamous night John Bonham decided to ride his motorcycle directly through the hotel lobby and hallway. A classic portrait of the Doors at their peak. But the tension in this photo is real. A drunk Jim Morrison arrived hours late to the photo shoot, infuriating the rest of the band. A perfect snapshot of a brilliant band beginning to fracture. Bob Seger, 1977. After a decade of grinding it out, Live Bullet and Night Moves had finally made him a superstar. This isn't just a rock star on stage, it's a picture of pure, hard-earned victory for one of Detroit's finest. The Master and the Disciple. This is from the sessions for John Lee Hooker's 1989 comeback album, The Healer. The collaboration with Carlos Santana helped earn the 73-year-old blues legend his first ever Grammy and a massive career resurgence. The master of shock rock meets the master of surrealism. In 1973, Salvador Dalí collaborated with Alice Cooper to create the world's first 3D hologram. Dalí saw Cooper's wild stage show as a brilliant work of chaotic art. The Police conquer New York, but just a year earlier, they were unknowns, driving themselves across America in a beat-up van and playing to empty rooms. Theirs was a fast, hard climb from the bottom straight to the very top. Bob Dylan during his 1965 English tour, as seen in the film Don't Look Back. This wasn't just a concert tour. It was his farewell to the folk scene. The electric guitar was waiting, ready to alienate half his audience and create a new legend. 1976, the year Frampton Comes Alive, made him the biggest star on the planet. He's holding his iconic Phoenix Les Paul, a guitar that would be lost in a plane crash for 30 years before being miraculously returned to him. This is what the establishment was afraid of. Rock and roll wasn't just music, it was a physical explosion of youthful energy. For many parents, it wasn't just the beat they feared, but scenes just like this, unsupervised, energetic, and integrated. Ozzy, in full party mode, 1976. While Black Sabbath was pushing new musical boundaries on technical ecstasy, the legendary excess was tearing them apart. This photo captures the moment just before Ozzy would quit the band for the very first time. Rio Speedwagon in 1981, the year they ruled the world with high infidelity. But this was no overnight success. The band had been grinding it out on the road for over a decade, the ultimate Midwestern bar band that finally hit the jackpot. Two legends unite. This is from the recording session for their #1 hit, Ebony and Ivory. The song's simple message of racial harmony was so powerful, it was famously banned by the apartheid government in South Africa. This was John Lennon's ultimate psychedelic statement, his custom-painted Rolls-Royce. The paint job so offended the establishment that an elderly woman famously attacked the car with her umbrella, screaming, "You swine, how dare you do this to a Rolls-Royce?" The king of punk hits the beach. This photo was actually taken in LA, not Coney Island. What many don't know is that the Ramones were massive Beach Boys fans, and that surf rock sound is the secret ingredient in their punk anthems. London, 1968. Four young men who would soon conquer the world. On their first tour, they were called the New Yardbirds. The name Led Zeppelin came from Keith Moon, who joked a band like this would go down like a lead balloon. Rush in full progressive rock glory, 1977. Their record label panicked when they heard the 10-minute epic Xanadu, a song inspired by a classic poem. The band refused to compromise and created one of their most beloved masterpieces. The Byrds, pioneers of folk rock. On their 1965 breakthrough hit, an electric version of Mr. Tambourine Man, Roger McGuinn was the only Byrd who actually played. The rest of the music was performed by the legendary Wrecking Crew. The Doors take Germany in 1968. While they look calm here, this European tour was pure chaos. At a show in Amsterdam, a strung-out Jim Morrison collapsed on stage, forcing the band to perform the entire concert without their frontman. The architect of The Who in his home studio. Pete Townshend was a true pioneer of home recording, creating the elaborate, multi-layered demos for what would become the legendary rock opera, Tommy. This is where the magic was really made. Kiss backstage in '74. Their outrageous image was so controversial at the time that their debut album was a total flop, nearly bankrupting their struggling young record label. Their legendary live shows would have to save them from obscurity. The Guitar Hero's Guitar Hero. Jeff Beck is playing his legendary Oxblood Les Paul, a guitar he personally had refinished. It became his signature instrument, the one he used to create his groundbreaking jazz fusion masterpiece, Blow by Blow. Van Halen takes Japan. They were treated like gods, but the famously polite Japanese audiences would sit in dead silence between songs. The young band was completely baffled, thinking their shows were bombing every single night. Two counterculture legends. Neil Young with Dennis Hopper on the set of Hopper's bizarre film, The Last Movie. Fresh off the success of Easy Rider, Hopper's follow-up was a famously chaotic production and a colossal flop that nearly ended his directing career. Rock and roll's greatest bar band, The Faces. But by '74, the party was ending. Rod Stewart's massive solo success was creating deep resentment within the band, and this legendary lineup would soon crumble under the weight of his stardom. Thin Lizzy in their power trio phase. Their iconic logo was created by famed Irish artist Jim Fitzpatrick. His unique Celtic-inspired design perfectly captured the blend of mythology and hard rock soul that defined Phil Lynnett's legendary band. The Kiss Army meets the real army. The local high school football team said Kiss's music inspired their winning season, so the band flew to the small town of Cadillac, Michigan, for a parade and a free concert in their honor. The quiet Beatle in the Summer of Love. But George Harrison was already disillusioned with the San Francisco hippie scene. He was deep into his sitar studies with Ravi Shankar, seeking a spiritual truth that flower power alone could not provide. June 28, 1975, in Canada. While the crowd witnessed the spectacle of the Wish You Were Here tour, Roger Waters felt an immense disconnect. This very alienation would directly inspire the central theme for his magnum opus, The Wall. The Arrival of a Legend, 1983. Just before this, Stevie Ray played guitar on David Bowie's Let's Dance. He was set for a massive world tour with Bowie, but he quit at the last second to bet on his own band. A gamble that changed music history. Three Queens of Rock, backstage in Japan, 1977. Suzi Quatro, the trailblazer, Joan Jett, the rebel she inspired, and Debbie Harry, the new wave icon. An incredible, unrepeatable summit of three women who completely changed the game.